Welcome back to another video from Bioholic. Hope you all are doing well. So in this video we are going to talk about the phylum Mollusca. So before jumping into this video, I want to remind you that after watching the full video, make sure you check the description box below because there is a link for the self-assessment test. Now let's begin. So the Mollusca is the second largest phylum of animal kingdom, and this phylum includes the soft-bodied animals. The name Mollusca is derived from Latin word mollis, which means the soft bodies. There are approximately 75,000 species, and they include octopus, oysters, snails, etc. And they are found in all habitats like forest, rivers, lakes, deserts, oceans, or even the underground. Okay? And now the basic features, like they all have well-developed bilateral symmetrical body, and most of them are unsegmented. Although a few primitive forms show some segmentation, but most of them are unsegmented. Okay? And most of the mollusks except the bivalves have a well-developed head, ears, mouth and various sense organs. Okay? And in spite of their wide diversity, most of them share some basic features in their body plan, like the mantle, which secretes the shell or becomes the outer body covering itself, and the visceral mask, which is the most internal organs are embedded in tissue rather than being surrounded by the body cavity. The shell, the radula, which is the feeding organ of his mouth, and the foot, which is usually used for their locomotion. Okay? Now we will talk about some other features. So at first, the digestive system. So the digestive system of the mollusk is complete and bears separate openings for entry of their food particles and exit of waste materials. And they also have digestive glands, and their digestion is extracellular. And the mouth of mollusk has a file-like rasping organ, which is known as radula, which is armed with the transverse rows of chitinous teeth, and it is a carved ribbon-like structure present in their mouth. Okay? Next is the respiratory system. So in aquatic mollusk, gills are the respiratory organs present in their mantle cavity, while on terrestrial forms, lungs are the respiratory structures. Okay? And their gills are called as ctenidia, and they are the comb-like or the feather-like gills. You can see this in this image. Okay? So these gills oxygenate the blood with the oxygen taken from the water. Okay? So next is circulatory system. So in mollusk, basically there is the open circulatory system, in which the blood is pumped by the heart, passes through a large space into open space or body cavity, which is known as sinus. Although there are some exceptions, like the classes cephalopods do not have open circulatory system. They have closed circulatory system, but usually the mollusks have open circulatory system. Okay? And their respiratory pigment is hemocyanin. Now the excretory system. So the gills also perform the excretion along with the respiration. Okay? So the gills separate the nitrogenous waste products from the blood as they are richly supplied with blood. Okay? Next is the nervous system. So the nervous system of mollusk consists of paired ganglia and several nerves to provide their nervous supply to the body. And these ganglia are nothing but the aggregations of nerve cells, and their anterior head region may have the sensory tentacles which are responsible for the touch. Okay, and other sense organs are also present there, like the eyes, statocyst, which are for balance, and some receptors for their smells and taste. Okay, moving on to the reproductive system. So most of the mollusks are usually dioecious, like the pila, sepia, octopus, etc. Although there are some mollusks which are not dioecious, they are monoecious, like the Aplysia, Doris, etc. And they are usually oviparous. And both external and internal fertilization can be seen in mollusks, but usually indirect development is seen in them by means of their free swimming larval stages. Now we will talk about some structures in their body which are very much important, like the mantle. So the mantle is a layer of tissue that lies between the shell and the body. Okay, and this mantle secretes calcium carbonate to form the shell, and it forms a cavity which is known as mantle cavity between the mantle and the body. Okay, next is the visceral mask. So mantle is underlain by the complex layers of muscle and connective tissue, and most of the body organs are embedded in a solid mass which is known as visceral mask. Okay, rather than being located in a true cavity. So the body cavity of mollusk is a true coelom, but it is greatly reduced to a small space around the heart. Okay. Now finally the radula, which is a file-like rasping organ or the feeding organ, which is used for their feeding purpose. Okay, and it bears teeth-like structures which help in scraping the food from the rocks or the other solid substances. Okay. So now if you have any doubts or queries related to today's lecture, then ask me in the comment section below, and if you want to do your self-assessment test, then go and visit the description box. There is a link for the self-assessment test. And if you find this video helpful, then give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. And if you are new here, then hi, myself Ankita Biswas. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get further notifications of our upcoming videos. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and till then keep watching Bioholic.